Golden State Warriors just got their grittiest and most impressive win of the season tonight against the Houston Rockets in a game where they did not have Draymond. They, even more importantly, did not have Steph, missing two absolutely crucial pieces for this Warriors team's success, and they find a way to win against a tough Western Conference opponent in the Rockets, who are tied for, I guess, the 2 seed now after this loss with the Mavs, and have looked really, really good this season. A very important win to both snap a 5-game losing streak and prove a level of resilience and grit that I think is absolutely crucial for the sustained success of this team throughout the season. I know I made a video earlier, I guess this week or last, where I talked about the Warriors' struggles as of late and how I'm not super confident about the sustainability of their title contention hopes. But wins like tonight do a lot for me to feel more confident in this team's ability to be a serious threat in the Western Conference. Look, at this point, I still think they're a tier below true contenders, 100%. But at the same time, wins like this and performances by guys like Jonathan Kaminga and Andrew Wiggins, like we got tonight, are absolutely crucial to their hopes, and definitely give me more hope for the sustainability of this team's competitiveness. Before we hop into it, if y'all haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 1,000 subscriber mark on the channel. We're about 30 subs away, trying to hit that in the next few days, trying to get this channel monetized. Really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it and let's discuss. So, first things first, you have to start with Jonathan Kaminga. A career-high 33 points, including 14 or I believe 15 in the fourth quarter, 13 of 22, 3 of 6 from 3, 6 rebounds. Amazing, amazing performance by Kaminga on both ends of the court. We know he's a great defender. We know he's a great athlete. But seeing him be able to have this much initiative offensively and lead an offense against such a good team and such a good defensive team, especially like the Rockets, was really, really impressive. This is the type of Jonathan Kaminga that is the reason he was drafted so high in the lottery. The reason that the Warriors still have such high hopes for him as a 22-year-old who admittedly has had multiple documented struggles throughout his career at this point. I mean, even early this season was benched because of early season struggles. And this is the type of game that, number one, I think reestablishes his confidence in a lot of ways and proves why he is the type of player who can be a huge key to this team's success going forward. Also, Wiggins was phenomenal, 8 of 15, 3 of 4 from 3, super efficient, 23 points, also had 9 rebounds, had himself an awesome game. Kevon Looney had his best game of the season, in my opinion, was really good defensively, had 11 big rebounds as well, was plus 21, which is the best on the team. I understand 4 points doesn't seem like anything special, but I thought he had a really good game. Really made Şengün struggle on the inside as well, which was very impressive. And this is a massive win. I mean, it's a massive win. Buddy Hield wasn't good. Brandon Podziemski wasn't good. Overall, the bench, I mean, Moses Moody was bad. They just did not get massive contributions from a lot of the guards and a lot of the guys who you want to be given those types of contributions, and yet they found a way to win against a really good team, and this is the type of win that proves what the Warriors are capable of. So, let's take a look at the standings first and foremost. After this win, they are, I'm not sure if it's updated yet, they're 13-8. Okay, so they will be, I guess, yeah, solidly in that 5 seed right now in the West. And at this point of the season, I think the goal for the Warriors should become to be a top 6 seed. I think that is the main goal for this team, is to avoid the play-in and get themselves solidly into the playoffs. Because look, I think this is a team that, I mean, they've got almost a 6 net rating, even after losing 5 games in a row. They have been really, really solid for the most part this year. Started the season obviously super hot. I think the DeAnthony Melton injury certainly hurt this team. Losing him to an ACL injury for the season was a crusher. But outside of DeAnthony Melton, there aren't any really significant injury concerns. I know Steph was out for some injury management stuff tonight. Draymond's missed a couple games, but as a whole, they're a pretty healthy team at this point. And assuming that continues, I still think this team has enough depth to be really competitive, especially with legends like Steph and Draymond still playing high-level basketball. And again, let's think about 2022 when the Warriors won the title. Who was the second best player on that team in the playoffs? Andrew Wiggins. If he can be the player that he has been this year, and you can get contributions anywhere close to what you saw out of Kaminga tonight, that is huge for this team because it takes pressure off of Steph down the stretch in games when he's not on the court in crunch time, to have another offensive option like Kaminga, who is so physically gifted and able to attack the rim at such a high level. And if he can shoot the 3 ball at a decent level like he did tonight, that's a huge plus as well, because he struggled from the 3-point line this season. I mean, when you look at the numbers for this team this year, Steph is having another Steph-esque year. Incredible efficiency from the 3 on 10 attempts a game, but he's only averaging 22.5 points a game. He's only got an assist to turnover ratio of less than 2. It's not quite the Steph that we used to have. He's still an amazing player, one of the best point guards in basketball, but he's not a top tier MVP candidate, best player in the world type of player anymore. And that's okay. He's still really, really good. Draymond is having an awesome year as well. I mean, he's shooting 40% from three, having the best three-point shooting season of his career, and certainly since, 2016, 2017? It's been a long time since Draymond has shot the ball close to this effectively, and especially considering he's doing it on about 4 attempts a game. And then Wiggins and Kaminga are the two keys, like I said, for this team. Wiggins especially, shooting over 41% from three this year, 17 points, 4.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists. What I loved about tonight's game as well was his physicality on the boards, his willingness to go in there and try to grab boards, 9 rebounds. That's something that he did really, really well in the playoffs in 2022 against the Celtics, and it was a huge difference maker. I mean, he had literally multiple of the best rebounding games of his career in those NBA Finals. The physicality level that he is playing with and the confidence with which he is shooting and scoring the ball this season is absolutely massive for this team, because it creates another offensive element and it creates more defensive versatility for a team that already likes to play small with Draymond at the 5 a lot. Now, I will say it's not all roses and sunshine for the Warriors. Like, Brandon Podziemski has fallen off an absolute cliff this year. I don't know what is wrong with him, but he's been horribly inefficient from outside the three-point line. Just has not had a good year at all. Buddy Hield started the season amazingly and is still playing pretty good, but it's not quite the same level of performance this season. And I don't know if I trust him down the stretch of games, to be completely honest, especially on the defensive end of the court. And then, again, you get to Kaminga, who had a massive game tonight, but is still averaging only about 14 points a game on 30% from three this year. That's not great. You need him to shoot the ball better, especially in a playoff atmosphere. Otherwise, teams are just going to leave him down the stretch in playoffs. They're going to make Kaminga prove that he can make shots to beat them. And I think that's going to happen even if he shoots a higher percentage this year. Kaminga has to be able to knock down the three ball at a high level and attack the rim with enough aggression, physicality, and confidence to where it forces more rotation, it forces help on defense, and that's the type of stuff that will unlock the Warriors' style of basketball that they love to play. This team is really, really good defensively, like very, very solid. Currently have the 5th best defensive rating in the league. They're playing super duper solid on the defensive end of the court. When you look at the offensive stats, one of the things they do best is run in transition. They're currently averaging the 4th most transition points in the league. They have the 6th most transition possessions per game in the league. In terms of field goal percentage, they're right near the top as well at 55.2%, which outside of Milwaukee is within half a percentage point of any other team in the league. They're playing really, really well across the board. I like the speed and pace that they're able to play with. I love the athleticism of this roster. I think defensively, they're really, really good. And I do truly believe that they are really set up to be very competitive and a tough out in the Western Conference. You just need more consistency out of a guy like Kaminga. You need Wiggins to sustain this high level of play. Steph and Draymond, assuming that they stay healthy and Draymond stays out of trouble, are going to be good constants for this team regardless, but it's everybody else who's going to have to be good. Like, you need Buddy Hield to continue to be a crucial high-level offensive player. Kevon Looney we know what he's going to give you. Hard-nosed defense, rebounding, and effort, and that's valuable. Kyle Anderson is a great defender in his own right, but he shot the three ball so poorly as well this year that it's tough to play him. Gary Payton, same story. Horrible three-point efficiency makes him tough to play down the stretch of games, especially on the offensive end of the court. And it's going to have to be the other guys with consistency that give them a chance to compete in the West. And games like tonight show me that it's in the Warriors, that it's possible. They got the ability there still, even after losing Melton. And if they can stay healthy and play to their highest potential, this is still a very scary, very good team in the Western Conference that is going to be a force to be reckoned with down the stretch of this season. I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more NBA content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.